probably hear me over the music a little bit. I'm going to hang out and chat for about 3 minutes before we get started. And I'm giving some pro tips in chat here. Some pro tips. Social Pants, what game is this? It is the game of life. Because adventure is necessary, you guys need to get out there and explore safely, of course. We're all going to be very responsible. Leonard, of course I am. That Bronco's pretty cool. Like I said, first vehicle release that has made me lift my head up out of my cornflakes and go, what the heck is going on? It's true. Hey guys. We're gonna get started in, I'll give you a precise time. I'm not going to say in just a minute. I'm going to say in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Okay, now somebody's timing me and they're going to call me out on it. Yeah, so the topic today, why would I do a Black Diamond Trail? Question mark. Why? Why would I do that? Services. Scottish. Overland Bound member. Hey man, how's it going? Hey Ryan, those Tacomas have great trade-in value. Hey Nick Hammond from England. What's going on, man? All right. Okay, let's get started here. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, thanks for joining. Let me turn down this music. And now you guys tell me, please tell me if there's any issues with any of the audio, with any of the video. I will see it in chat. If you type Overland Bound in quotes, then it will highlight for me and it'll catch my eye and I'll see it because I have the chat stream over here. The topic today is why would I do a Black Diamond Trail? That's the question. Now, why is it even a question? A lot of folks doing a Black Diamond Trail is part of why they love to off-road. And I put that in the sport category. This is an overland channel, a vehicle-dependent travel channel. And the thing about our vehicles is that we want to drive them there and drive them back, whether that's to base camp or your hometown, wherever you're from. If you're going to be on the road for months and months and months, the last thing you want to do is break your vehicle. So you're going to be more conservative than somebody who does rock crawling like King of the Hammers as a sport or a profession. Those are two very different things. And then you got everything in between, right? Wait, hold on. Social Pants, what is going on? Geez, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. That is a cup of coffee. Stick around, we'll keep you guys entertained. It's not just babble. We will talk about why I would take a Black Diamond Trail. Need more volume? Overland Bound. Okay, you guys, so Charlie, is that in my voice? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust a setting real quick. It'll only take me 10 seconds, so you guys stick around, hold on. Okay, how's this? I hope that's better. Volume is fine. Okay, great. So you guys let me know, again, if anything is going on with the volume. So this next week, I'm going to hit a trail called Slick Rock Trail. And Slick Rock Trail is, turn it up, people. Your audio's fine. Okay, great. So I'm gonna hit a trail called Slick Rock Trail. And that is a trail that is out Highway 4 in the Sierras here in California. It's about 4 hours or so, plus or minus, from where I live. Now, let us roll some interesting footage here. Okay, here we go. Now, this is quite a while ago. If you guys look at it, the 80, this is my 80 series, you'll recognize it because it's got that classic, solid axle front, and I'm pretty sure you can see in the video that it has both front and rear lockers, as well as a center diff lock, and it's got 35s and only a 2.5-inch lift. Now, here's the deal. On this trail, which is one of the most hardcore trails out Highway 4, 35-inch tires and a 2.5-inch lift is barely what you need to navigate this trail. Anything less, and you're talking about body damage. Even in this video, you guys will see that the rock rails are hitting. I'm using the rock rails, aka sliders. As I'm going down this trail, I'm sliding as a part of the. Now this little part right here, you guys, it's a little bit more gnarly than it looks on video. You guys know this, right? And you just do your breathing exercises, keep your head about you, and with practice, you start, getting the feel for how you have to navigate your rig. But this is not ordinary overland travel. Now, this is shaky cam because it's not, because this is just somebody filming from their GoPro. So I hope it's not making anybody dizzy. But this is not normal overland travel, and what I mean by that is you do this if you have to, okay? And if you need to get from point A to point B, if going back and turning around is either more treacherous or for some reason you can't do that, then you would navigate a trail like this as a part of overland travel. So the topic of this video, you guys, why would I do a Black Diamond Trail? Well, I'll tell you. This location that we're going to travel this week, I will be doing a YouTube video on this. I'm going to go with MadeMan925, if you want to look him up on Instagram. My friend Nick. We're going to navigate Slick Rock Trail, and there's a reason, a good reason. Previously, Slick Rock Trail was a medium difficulty trail. And what that means is there were some gatekeepers at the beginning. Charlie, I broke a front axle shaft and found issues with the rear axle on a diff fluid change after my trip on a level 4 trail last week. Build, break, repeat. That is one take on it. I saw Charlie's note because he wrote overland space bound, and it highlights for me, so I glanced over. So it had some gatekeepers right at the beginning of the trail. And what that means, gatekeeper, it means that you're not going to find your any RVs, even slightly modified 2-wheel drive vehicles on that trail, because there are those gatekeepers that prevent those types of vehicles from going on the trail. So there were moderate gatekeepers, which are no big deal, and we used to go about a half mile into this awesome location next to a creek. We have many family memories there. And Corey, Miguel, Marisol, some of our friends, we would go to that location, and it was awesome. And even on a busy 4th of July weekend, part of the benefit, part of the advantage of overland travel, off-road travel in a capable vehicle is, oh, hi, Corey. How's it going? I was just talking about you. Can you do a series like you did from your Baja trips? Yes, we will, once we're traveling a bit more. Corey's got some great trip ideas, and so yes, we'll do another series for sure. So you guys don't critique my line here, all right? I'm really sensitive about how I pick my lines. I'm kidding. I'm not sensitive at all. So we have many fond memories of this location. For many, many reasons, a new bypass was created at the beginning of that trail, and it's called the Gauntlet. My shout out and thanks to the Joaquin Jeepers who worked with the National Forest Service to create that bypass, allowing the trail to stay open. They maintain the trail. It's a local group, and they deserve our thanks and a lot of credit for keeping Slick Rock Trail open. So thank you, Joaquin Jeepers. The Gauntlet is now a hardcore trail. We've heard of one rollover, many broken parts, and it indeed is classified as Black Diamond at this point. It stands between me and a location that I have very many fond memories of, right? And so I want to be able to go back to that location with my family. And so I'm going on a solo trip, solo in the 80, with my friend Nick, probably one other person, to Slick Rock Trail. And we're going to do the Gauntlet this coming week to see how difficult it is. And that's one of the reasons why I will do this Black Diamond Trail. Is typically I don't. But typically we err on the side of caution, but the idea of not going to that location again is not palatable to me. So we're gonna try it out, and we're gonna use it as an opportunity to talk about the trail for those who are in the area, in the region, and want to know about the entrance, the Gauntlet, the new entrance to Slick Rock Trail. And then we're going to also talk about some techniques as we go through the trail, and talk about our approach and how we're going to handle the various obstacles. And of course, I hope that that is useful for you guys. Let's see. Did they close, Ryan, did they close the moderate section? No. The beginning of the trail has what's called the Gauntlet, and the end of the trail has what's called the waterfall. What you're looking at on video is called the waterfall. Here's the deal. Over time, these trails get harder and harder and harder, especially if folks are going onto the trail with large vehicles and really putting the hammer down to get over these obstacles. It tears up can be large boulders, and the trail just keeps getting harder and harder. So I expect the trail to be much more difficult than what you see in this video. So like I said, the trail gets harder and harder over time, so we do expect it to be more difficult. So the moderate sections in between the Gauntlet and the waterfall at the end is not closed. You can still access that, but you have these obstacles on either end of the trail, so you have to decide, do you want to go over that Black Diamond area in order to access the great locations with that trail. Hey, and I'm gonna say that Corey and I just got back. Let's see, Ryan, I think I answered your question there. Okay, so we just got back from Slick Rock Trail over the last few days. Corey and I went on our first trip in a long, long time, and it was awesome. We did a little solo adventure out onto Slick Rock. We just went into the beginning of the trail, and there's some great locations there, and we ran into the Joaquin Jeepers. I mentioned that they maintain that trail. Mark, hello. They do a great job, and we witnessed various approaches to some large obstacles while we were there, and you can see there's a different mindset between different pilots, between different drivers. And on a major obstacle, we watched the send it philosophy, put the skinny pedal down, floor it, and those of you guys probably know from my videos, if you've watched a few of them, that's generally not my approach. Our approach is, you know, as slow as possible, as fast as necessary. And that's called mechanical sympathy, with the philosophy being, with overland travel, I need to drive it there and I need to drive it back. Some of these rigs were brought in by trailer. They're not highway vehicles, so clearly this goes into the sport category. With overland travel, it's a little bit different. You want to maintain, you want to have the philosophy of mechanical sympathy. You don't want to break it. The skinny pedal, the skinny pedal is expensive. If you put that hammer down, you're going to break stuff. And indeed, that's what we saw. Broken steering rack, broken drive line. These environments are not sympathetic and they don't care about your wallet. So if you make poor choices, that's what's going to happen. You're going to break stuff, and that's what we witnessed. Now, some of the guys that were clearly, TF Cooks, what's going on? I glanced over and I saw your hello. How's it going? And Dan, how's it going from Ontario, Canada as well? So that's what's going to happen. You put the hammer down, you're going to break stuff. Some very experienced navigators, trail pros, I would call them, from Joaquin Jeepers, took a line that went around the big obstacle, and they did not break things. So take your time on the trail. Oh, by the way, if there's any ego involved, you have no business being on a Black Diamond Trail. Just don't do it. There's no room for ego on a Black Diamond Trail. You will hurt people, you will roll your vehicle, you will break stuff beyond your ability to pay for it. It's bad. So if you got an ego, check it. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself in a whole heap and pile of trouble. I am beyond, by many decades, my need to prove anything on a trail. And my job as a navigator is to keep people safe. Now, if you're approaching this as a sport, you've made a choice. King of the Hammers, guys, you know, competition, it's all good. It's all good, right? But if you have passengers and you need to keep your vehicle running, then please check the ego at the head of the trail, and you'll do a lot better by it. So take your time. When in doubt, get out, walk the trail. If you can't see, you know, what's in front of you, take your time, check it out. We'll be going through a lot of this in the video that I do going on to Slick Rock Trail. But hey, in summary, you guys, that's the deal. I would like to camp next to a spot that is very special to me. One of the reasons that we like adventure travel, one of the reasons we say adventure is necessary, one of the reasons that we do this is to create memories. And I have many fond memories of this location. The trail has changed. It is harder. It now has the gauntlet. So I'm gonna go there with my friend Nick, who is a very competent driver with a very capable vehicle, and we're gonna see what that's all about, and we'll have a video of that and share that with you guys. All right, I see a couple of overland bound questions. You guys, if you guys are out there and you have any questions, it can be related to this topic. If you want to throw in something random, that's okay too. So let's see. Ain't that what rock crawlers do for a living? Make poor choices. Yes. No, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of funny to say that, right? Because, you know, it's like, oh man, that was a poor choice. And you learn, right? If you are a rock crawler, you made the choice to do this as a sport, you know, that's a different thing, right? And yeah, that's what you kind of do. You're like, I don't know if that's going to work, but I expect to break stuff, and we're going to find out, and I'm going to learn from that. That's admirable, right? I mean, that's what you're choosing to do as a sport. Compare that with overland travel, where it's like the last thing I want to do is break my vehicle, because vehicle-dependent travel, I depend on my vehicle. I have nothing else. There isn't a trailer at the trailhead that is going to haul my vehicle away. That is not the case. It is, you know, long-term and, you know, more long-term, and I depend on my vehicle, and I want to exercise mechanical sympathy so that I don't break my vehicle. Okay, Tom. Do I find it necessary to get an alignment done after major rock crawling? Yes, absolutely. And also, you know, mine, John, come on, John, turn up your computer. I'm kidding, John. If you're just joining, we went through this at the beginning of the video, and you know, some people say, "Hey, the audio's fine." Some people are like, "Hey, turn it up. You're a little bit quiet." Okay, so yes, an alignment, and also, you know, if you have Burfields on the front of your solid axle, like I do on the 80 series, if you do a lot of trail crawling, 1,000 miles, you're going to be replacing those. Otherwise, they're going to seep and they're going to start leaking. That's the nature of the beast. It's a very, very durable, mechanical, engineered setup, solid axle with Burfields. But if you're hammering that front end on hardcore trails consistently, then yeah, that goes with the territory. You're going to break stuff. And you're going to get whacked out of alignment even if you don't break stuff. So yeah, keep an eye. You rotate those tires, you know, every 2,500 to 3,000 miles. Rotate, especially if you got big mud dogs on there. Rotate them every 2,000, 3,000 miles or so. Keep an eye on the tread wear. Keep an eye on this going down the freeway and have it checked out. So yeah, absolutely, that is the deal. All right, how's it going, Neil? Right, Neil? Good point. Right, you got your vehicle. If you're the more capable. There's a saying. The more capable your vehicle, the farther away you're going to be from help, because it'll get you out there, right? So you want to exercise mechanical sympathy. You want to take care of your vehicle if that's all you got. Charlie, let's see. This is why it's important to bring the tools for your rig. Yeah, that's right. And parts that you need. Comms is so important as part of your toolkit. Things break, think ahead. And I want to underscore what Charlie's saying here too. Things break. You know, we provide, one of the major motivations for this channel is that we provide information for folks just getting started. We want to be a resource of information. We want you to be prepared, and being prepared is one of our founding principles. If you're just getting into this adventure lifestyle, you're doing more road trips that are both on and off grid, seeing this great country of ours, you need to know things break. This is different. This isn't, you know, the kind of driving you're used to, and things break, and they break fast. They break in an instant, even if you think things are fine. All you have to do is slide off a rock. And so that's why there are bare minimum requirements that we have as adventure travelers that you might not have if you're staying on the pavement. And that includes rock sliders. What are rock sliders? I mean, look, Four Wheel Parts doesn't even sell rock sliders because most people don't know what they are. They want lights and a bumper on the front. Give me lights, give me a bumper, give me a body lift, and throw some big knobby tires on there. I'm good. But if you're going to be taking this seriously and you're going to be doing adventure travel on and off the grid, one of the first things you get is rock sliders, because you have now entered into a world where the requirements are much higher. Not a little bit higher, much higher. Rock sliders, bare minimum requirements. And then what Charlie is saying is, know your vehicle, know what breaks, and bring the tools necessary to fix that vehicle. And if you're doing long-term travel, long-term overland travel, you can pare that toolkit down. Don't have a trailer that you're hauling behind you full of Snap-on tools. You don't need the entire catalog for your vehicle. Figure out what you need, pare down, have those tools, and be prepared. Also know what breaks on your vehicle. I happen to know through experience that my 80 has a piece of solid state gear called an igniter that tells the pistons when to fire, tells the spark plugs when to fire. And if that goes out because it's a solid state piece of equipment, you are done. There is nothing you can do. I mean, like flint and steel at the top of each cylinder to try and get it to fire, that's what you're looking at. You can't do it. It's impossible. So I have a spare igniter now. And man, did that smart, because they're not cheap. But I got it in the rig. So if I have any trouble with the igniter, I can replace the igniter. So definitely, Charlie brings up a very good point. TF Cooks, what's going on? You know you need an alignment when the rear tries to pass your front end. That's right. It is true. Yeah, if you get a little wobble, you get a little anything like that. It might be wheel balance, it might be alignment, something might be bent. You need to get in there and check it out if that starts to happen, and it will. Stonewall, what's going on? It's always good to see you. Thank you for checking in. Appreciate it. Let's see. Mason, what's going on? End of fragile exhaust system. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but yeah, your exhaust system. Mason's been on the trail with me a number of times. He's a very close personal friend, and he's been under my rig repairing it a number of times. But on exhaust systems for hardcore trails, let's keep this. I'll try and bring it back to the topic always. I will try. Black Diamond Trail. You have here. Let's go ahead and go to. Let's go ahead and turn this on, just for folks that are just joining. And we are wrapping up, folks. We're going to wrap up here pretty quick. But on a Black Diamond Trail, mind your exhaust system. Recently, so Mason has been there and repairing my exhaust system that has fallen off of hangers because it got caught up on rocks. That's a modification you may want to make. I recently made a modification. Shout out to Top Shop Auto in Lafayette, California, who maintains my vehicle and who built the new engine that is in it right now. So through Top Shop Auto, hi Cam, they recommended going with a smaller diameter exhaust because the OEM exhaust was like about this big around, like about that big around. Wait, okay, like about that big around. And it was all smashed up, and in fact, there were holes in the exhaust because it was all smashed up by rocks. So I went with a smaller diameter exhaust. The trade-off is that now my rig is louder. It's a louder rig, but the exhaust is smaller. It's not going to get hung up. And body armor underneath. Figure out what body armor you need for your rig. Stonewall, are you going to unload anything before hitting the trail? Nick has the 38s, but not a lot of gear attached yet. Am I going to unload anything? I'm going to be as light as possible. It's going to be a solo trip. So, if you guys, one of the things that I've talked about is really what you need is water first, shelter, and then food. And the reason I put it in that category is because that's the order of severity in terms of your personal safety. You can go without food for a really long time. You guys know you can't go a long time without water, so water first. So I'm going to strip it down to the bare minimum, but I'm not going to take any hardware off the rig. Likely. Okay. All right, you guys. OH, hi, how's it going? All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. So my reason for taking the Black Diamond Trail, for taking Slick Rock, Mason, let me know if you want to go. Hit me up. It is because there's some memories on Slick Rock Trail. The trail has changed. I'm gonna go and check it out. The equipment that I have. Some of you guys might look at my 80 and you might go, "Wow, man, that thing's capable. It's built," and it is, but barely enough for Slick Rock, right? So 37's bare minimum. I got 35s, 3 to 4 inch lift. I'm at 2.5. So we're gonna take it safe. I'm not gonna be dumb. I'll turn around if I need to. But we're gonna try it out, and we're gonna see how severe the gauntlet is, and we'll share that video with you guys. All right, you guys. Mason, FJ, I don't know. What size tires you got on the FJ right now, Mason? It might be questionable. So Joaquin Jeepers and Mark, we talked to them about the trail, and they're like, "No, man, it's hard. It's Black Diamond. It's not cute." So. Might be a question mark there. Yeah, 33s. Nah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, Mason. I think 35s. Okay, so we saw a relatively stock Gladiator Sport come off Slick Rock Trail, but he had 37s. Right? So he had a bit of a lift, and he had 37s on that thing. So yeah, it's not cute. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm like, I don't know, like almost calling Nick, or yeah, do we really want to do this? But hey, those memories, that location have kind of overcome my apprehension. Though we're going to err on the side of caution when we go out there, and Nick is going to bring a bunch of tools. Hey, Stonewall, if you want to go, let me know. If someone wants to go that is hearing this, let me know. We're going to keep it a very small group. You guys know that as you add vehicles, you want to have enough vehicles to have support, not enough that for sure things are going to break and things are going to go poor, right? So if you get to 4, 5, 6 rigs, someone's going to break, someone's going to roll, something's going to go wrong. So we're looking for very capable, very capable drivers, very capable vehicles. I know that Mason is a very capable driver, but with 33s, I wouldn't recommend going on slick rock. Reach out, let me know. You're on street tires. Bring it, send it, skinny pedal. Hey, you guys. Okay, I got a question here. All right, yeah, Ryan, yeah, okay. Hey, said very early on with the Overland Bound channel on YouTube that part of the reason I do this is so you guys can learn from my mistakes. We don't all need to make the same mistakes. We'll certainly be sharing. We'll be talking about the trek, and we'll be bringing our insights. And if we turn around, or if I turn around, I won't speak for Nick. If I turn around, I'll tell you guys why and what limitations that we reached. But ideally, we'll be able to get through the whole thing and show you guys that awesome trail. All right, you guys. Hey, thanks for hanging out, my friends. I really do appreciate it. And hey, until next time, of course, Outfit Explorer. I hope to see you guys on the trail soon. Okay, and